Hi, Keith Abraham here. Thank you for tuning in to this week's blog post. I wanted to spend a bit of time and talk about not Kelly Slater, but I want to talk a little bit about Kelly Slater, but I want to talk about the message that I got when I listened to his podcast with Tim Ferris. And one of the things that was really impressed, and I've often talked about Kelly Slater, is that, you know, one of the things, now, I don't know if you're a keen surfer. Now, I'm not I love the beach, but I'm not into surfing. But let's look at Kelly Slater. Let's look at what he's been able to achieve. Firstly, 47 years of age. So, you know, surfing, as you and I know, is a young person's game, especially professionally. But he's won 11 World Championships, 71 Tour victories, and the one message I got out of his podcast with Tim Ferris is I pay attention. It was interesting. Quicksilver Pro down at Coolangatta a number of years ago. Now, you got to understand, this is a guy that was at the absolute top of his game and retired, and then came back and has gone on to win everything again. And one of the things that he was in an interview, and they said, how is it that you are beating people that are half of your age? Where people, you know, often as you get older, mobility and fitness and all those types of things have an impact. And he said, what I do is I pay attention. And they said, what do you mean by that? We said, well, with that tournament, you know, everybody went out and had a surf, and I had a surf as well. And when people come back and they put their boards away, he said, I did exactly the same. But then I went and sat on Kira Hill. If you know, down at Rainbow Bay there in Beach, he sat on Kira Hill and for a couple of hours watched the waves go out and watch the waves come in, watch the waves go out and watch the waves go. Next morning, so final day of this competition, everyone waxes their boards up and goes out for a surf and, you know, gets in the groove. He does it. He goes and sits on Kira Hill again and watch the waves go out and watch the waves come in. He said, what I do to be successful at everything that I do in my life is, he said, I pay attention. He said, when I drink water, I pay attention. When I'm with my kids, I pay attention. How many times do you and I, are we present but not there? As in, we're there physically, but we're mentally, we're off somewhere else. And so I wanted to get you to start to think about, in your life right now, what do you need to pay attention to? What do you need to pay attention to in your life, in your family, in the role that you do, in your health? What do you need to pay attention to in regards to your fitness? What do you need to pay attention to with the relations that you have with the people who mean the world to you? What do you need to pay attention to right now? What do you need to fix, improve, enhance, develop, adapt, change, modify? But here's the secret. It's not about paying attention to the big things, it's about paying attention to those little things. Because all of those little things make up the big things. But the more importantly, all of those little things are easy to do. When it's something big that you have to repair, a lost trust with someone, that's hard to repair. But what do you need to pay attention to? Who do you need to reconnect with? So this week, what I'd like you to ponder is, what do you need to pay attention to in your life, in your career, with the people around you? What do you need to pay attention to? Thanks for tuning in. I'm Keith Abraham. If you've got a question, send me an email to keith@keithabraham.com.au, and I look forward to seeing you again next week. Bye now.